Hello everyone, I'm Mandy. I'm one of our new We Read Bookers, and I just kind of wanted to warn you, I am not a YouTuber, so I have never made a YouTube video. The following one is very, very choppy, and I also made it during finals week, and my hair has changed colors, which is probably really confusing, but I am sorry, and I'll just leave you with it, and I promise I will get better at this. The book is called The Isolation Ward, and it's by Joshua Spanogle. The book is about a disease and how they deal with it. These types of books usually have a few common themes, like in this one, for example, mentally limited people that live in a group home. A few of them are sent to the hospital with what they believe to be the flu. And they get there, and there's really not even that many of them sick, but they've decided, oh, we don't know how to treat this. This isn't the flu. We're all going to die. Which is kind of how that happens too in these sorts of books. And so we have our protagonist hero figure, and he's going to come in and save the day, Dr. Nathaniel McCormick. He works for the CDC, and he's based in Atlanta. They send him to Baltimore when the first outbreak happens. Then he ends up in California, and that he actually really, really hates California. He had gone to medical school there, and it hadn't gone well, and he has this whole past, and there's colleagues and ex-girlfriends, and he just really hates California because of all of that, which I guess is fair. And then he's forced to go there. So he's there, and inevitably he runs into pretty much every person he didn't want to see. And that's kind of unfortunate for him and the storyline. It kind of gets in the way of the storyline because all these people are fantastic and all, but he's supposed to be saving our characters from this mystery disease, and he's not doing that. But aside from that, Dr. Nathaniel McCormick is kind of a total badass. Like, he doesn't go like, oh, I have to do this because I'm a doctor. Like, he's just like, no, I'm gonna kick a door down and go steal the shit out of your lab, and because I'm gonna go save some people with it. I'm not willing to put up with all of your, like, political nonsense that goes on in the medical community. But at the same time, with his romantic encounters, it goes into this aspect of literature that is kind of my biggest pet peeve. It's most common in male authors. They have these conquests where the protagonist needs to, like, go and sleep with all these people while he's saving the world, and it's totally irrelevant to the storyline, but I think sometimes the author's trying to, like, live vicariously through their protagonist, and so that's, I guess, what they want, maybe. I don't know. I've never been a male author. I can't say. Another really notable example of this is in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo books. He does that with Mikael Blomkvist. I don't know, I'm not Swedish, I'm sorry. But he does that where it's like, oh my gosh, my conquest. And that just always pisses me off. So during all this, there's all this crazy stuff going on, and then it just kind of, like, stops making sense. Like, the first bit of the book, you're like, oh, this is very logical, I can see the path that happened here. But towards the last, I mean, it's a 550-page book, I think. I read it on Audible, I don't know. But it's a very long book, and the last, I'd say 200 pages or so are kind of rubbish. Because it's just, like, every time you kind of know what's going on, he's like, oh, we're gonna go do something else. Like, oh, we're gonna go drive out to the middle of nowhere with some pigs. I don't know, there was pigs. And then there's an assassin, and then there's an assassin with the pigs, and he had a very nice basic plot line, and if he had kept that, I would have been very happy. But he didn't, so I was a bit cranky. And in this whole situation with the assassins and the pigs and whatever else is going on, I just kind of wanted to get to the end of the book, because I was prepared for a very simple, easy read, you know, like, there's a disease, they're gonna have some twists, they're gonna find what the disease is, and then they're gonna tell you about it, and then it'll be over, and everyone will live happily ever after, except for the people that died in puddles of their own blood. But that's key to every good story with an unknown disease. There has to be someone that dies in a puddle of their own blood. But anyways, I was just so frustrated and fed up, and I just wanted to be done with it, and I wasn't really paying attention. And I got to the end of the book, and I realized that I still didn't know what the disease was, which is a problem. It's a book about diseases. It's very straightforward, and if in the last pages, I mean, I knew who he slept with, and when he slept with them, and why he slept with them, and how he slept with them, and all of that, but I didn't know what the disease was. And granted, I wasn't paying much attention, but I still feel like they should have kind of, like, nailed that concept down a bit more. So yes, that's what I thought about that. I wouldn't necessarily say don't read it, but I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, best book ever.